Hello everybody, this is Dan, or Crazy Bad Cuber. In today's video, we have a review from thecubicle.us. This is Oskar's Icosaix, which is mass-produced by MF8. So I asked Oskar, could you give me some information on this, because there was a lot of talk about it on the Twisted Puzzles forum, and I wanted to make sure I got my information correct. So I do have a cheat sheet here, because there's a lot to go through. We'll get to the review very, very quickly. So in 2009, somebody asked Oskar if he could produce an icosahedron. And he said no, because the design is too trivial. So in 2010, Bob Hearn and Jason Smith independently built a face-turning icosahedron, which is what this is. Later that year, Matt Galla discovered that the face-turning icosahedron jumbles, which was confirmed by both Bob and Jason. So Oskar went ahead in the end of 2012 to build Icosaix, which he then published in 2011. He mass-produced this in 2015 with MF8, and when MF8 was mass-producing Aton Star, that's when Oskar went ahead and asked him, would you be interested in this one as well? So, a little bit of history for that. Anyways, let's go ahead and check this thing out, because I've been looking forward to it. Alright guys, so this is Oskar's Icosaix puzzle. So when I got this, it wasn't stickered, and it was all packaged up more like this tape wasn't broken or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure that it's exactly the same size as Aton Star, because on this side it says Oskar's Icosaix, it says MF8 here, but on this side it says Aton Star, and then some more warning here. But I really like the packaging. It doesn't fit super snug, but it fits well enough. And that comes off, and then you can take the puzzle off, and then this one comes off. So I was thinking of looking on the internet to try to find sticker schemes, you know, like what were people doing already for 20-sided puzzles as well. And I decided that I wasn't going to do that. I was just going to sticker it randomly, and I actually think that it's a pretty well-proportioned sticker scheme as far as, you know, not putting two colors that are so similar next to each other. I don't think I've really done that here. Maybe this really light pink and white, but they're on two different faces, not on adjacent faces, so I think that that's fine. But yeah, I mean, the color scheme is pretty nice. I really like the green, orange, like the dominant colors, you know, green, orange, white, yellow, stuff like that. Looks really nice. I enjoyed stickering this thing. It did come with transfer tape to transfer it on there, but I found that when you put the transfer tape over top of the sticker and you went to peel it off, the stickers came off the original paper, but when you put it on here, they would still stick to the transfer tape, so I actually had to use tweezers and pull them off. So I ended up stickering the other 19 sides by hand, and most of the first sides. So, and it also did come with, do I have them here? I don't. But it also did come with an MF8 sticker, and also another sticker as well, but they're big and square, and I don't understand how you're supposed to put them on the triangles. I really wish I had them. I don't know where I put them, but you couldn't actually get them on there. They're not the same shape, so kind of useless stickers, to be honest. But this puzzle is a pretty good size. This is it next to a standard 57mm 3x3. So you can see how big it is. Anyways, so with reading on this, I've had this for a while, but I had a family member in the hospital for a while, so it was taking me away from videos, and I've played around with this, I've lubed it, and there are some issues with it that I'll address now, and this has also been talked about on the Twisty Puzzles forum, as well as, well, in other people's reviews as well, and some tutorials. There's a couple of them on the internet as well, and I have a feeling I might need them. So the issues with this are these corner pieces, they can turn extremely easily. And a lot of the time, when you're turning, they might do this. You know, and when it's all scrambled up, you won't know if you've accidentally turned one. But apparently, when you get down to the last step, you'll only have one to deal with. And if it's turned like this, well, then you know you can just turn it back, because it's impossible to have the entire puzzle solved with only one corner twisted. So it is face turning, like I said, and it does jumble. Let's see if I can get it to jumble here. Which face is it that I can turn? I believe I can do this one. So you just turn it a little bit, and then it can jumble. Now the jumbling does not add, see there, I twisted this corner. It's supposed to be like that, or like this, there we go. The jumbling does not add any difficulty to the solve, really. It's apparently really easy to get out of the jumbling, and you cannot switch orbits of these things either by doing jumbling moves. So I don't think that I'm going to jumble it, because it is definitely a lot more fragile once the pieces are jumbled up. See here, I'm having a bit of trouble. It's catching on this one here, so let's just turn it, turn this. So you can see that the turning is not super good. Like I said, these turn, and another thing that can happen too, which hasn't happened to me with all the turning I've done, is these little pieces in here can pop out. I'm not going to take one out because I don't think that I want to put it back together. And another issue that I've had with this too is you can turn it one way, but turning it the other way on some faces, not on this one obviously, but on some faces it will not turn the other way. So let me just find one. See, like this one, you can see things here are starting to pop out. Let's see if I can zoom up a little bit. So things in here are not working very well. It feels like this is not going to sit in place anymore. So you can see here things have started to misalign, and that is not what we want to see in a puzzle, especially a $100 puzzle. So let me just try to get this back. Now you can really see that things are popping out here. All right, so as you can see, this piece has come off. It's really easy. You can just pull these off, but I had to pull it off in order to get a good look at it. And so what has happened is this little pedal piece here, it actually moved over in between these two, and it was moved over. So obviously it has a tendency to pop, but they go back in really easily, and now you can just turn it back into place. So I think that I am going to scramble this thing up. There's not a whole lot more to talk about it. I've already given you the history and shown you the issues with it. But I'm not going to go and do a solve and then come back like I usually do. See here, I can't turn it the one way, so I have to turn it the other. And I was told that if you're solving this thing and you're finding that it's not turning one way, you can just do 2 turns in order to turn it one way. You know, do 2 clockwise turns in order to turn it one way counterclockwise. So let's go ahead and keep turning. Now I have a feeling that this puzzle is going to be fun to solve. It just seems like it might be a bit of a hassle to solve because of the turning. Other than that though, I'm really excited to give this thing a go. I'm going to try to solve it. Look at that, it's really looking scrambled up. I'm going to try to solve it without a tutorial first, but there are a couple good ones. I think I'll use Super Antonio Vivaldi's tutorial if you don't know who he is. I think he has about, I don't know, somewhere over 10,000 subscribers, maybe 12. Super nice guy, and he does really good tutorials. Okay, so I think that I've got a pretty decent scramble. You can tell that it moves this way. I don't know why the entire puzzle moves this way so well, but not the other way so much. Oh, my cat just jumped on the table. Get off my computer, please. Thank you. Anyways, yeah, see, it's not wanting to turn that way. But other than that, I mean, aside from the twisting issues and not being able to turn it the other way, it moves really nice and it feels super solid. Like if I can find one that can turn both ways, like, you know what I mean? Like it's a very well-built, solid puzzle. I just think that it could turn a little bit better. Anyways, guys, let's wrap up with some final thoughts. All right, guys, so in the end, I'm kind of on the fence whether I like this puzzle or not. I don't know how the solve is going to go because I haven't solved it yet. It is a very difficult puzzle from what I've been told and what I've read as well. Also, some pieces may pop out if you are not obviously very careful with it, like I've shown in the video. The corners twist. Jumbling is a bit difficult to do, and it doesn't really add a whole lot to the solve. You can't actually switch orbits with jumbling either like you could on, say, the curvy copter. So it doesn't add a whole lot of difficulty to it, but just the turning of the puzzle not being great, and also just the difficulty of the puzzle puts me on the fence whether I like it or not. That decision will be made later in time when I start to solve it. If you're a Facebook fan of mine, I will start to put pictures on there when I'm solving it and stuff like that, so you guys can see more about it there. And if I think that it deserves another video, I will go ahead and make another video on it telling you my experience with it. So if this is something you would like to pick up, you can get it at thecubicle.us. It is $99. It's the same price as the Aton Star. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and thanks for The Cubicle for sponsoring this video. Have a great day.